name's Miles, Daniel Miles, and this is a dunking of Warcraft, the beginning. Let's break it down, guys. This film wants to be Lord of the Rings so badly that it hurts. You've got good wizards, bad wizards, orcs, humans, dwarves, elves. It's certainly got the Lord of the Rings issue that it doesn't know when to end, and it's got the questing. All it needs is the magical bit of jewellery, and I could call this Lord of the Rings light and knock off early. Based on an incredibly successful computer game that I've never played, Warcraft tries to draw you into this world, and it almost gets there. It seems like it's got this world with this complex mythology. Unfortunately, the film does a really bad job of explaining its mythology. A big deal is made of this character called the Guardian. Okay, so what are his powers? What's his story? What can he do? What's his name? No? None of that? You're not even going to tell me what his limits are or his origin? He's just the Guardian. Okay, I'm going to call him Batman. And you've got the orcs who are led by this guy. Again, no backstory, no origin. He just turns up and drains the life out of people because that's cool now. And he wants to open a portal so that he can bring through millions of orcs so that he can take over Middle-earth. Sorry, not Middle-earth. Stormwind? Stormwood? Storm something. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot to like in this film. It shows that a lot of these characters, they don't want war, but the war is coming. It shows that there are choices being made, that not everyone gets out alive. There are some really good special effects in this film, and there are some really good characters, and most importantly, all the big battle scenes are CGI, completely CGI, which means that it doesn't look like one person on a green screen who's being told behind you is a troll and in front of you is an orc. They look good, they're fun, they're inventive. That being said, it's not a perfect movie. It's maybe 15 to 20 minutes too long. It needed to explain its mythology more. It needed to explain its world for people like myself who have never played World of Warcraft. I get there's supposed to be some sort of eternal war, but at the very least, throw me a bone here, guys. You want to explain anything, and it seems like a lot of characters are being saved for sequels, because this film thinks it's going to get a sequel, because I've never played World of Warcraft, but I'm fairly sure it's got dwarves in it, and night elves in it, and God knows what else in it, and yet the film feels very human-centric. You see dwarves, you see night elves, but they're like 3 seconds. And I feel that making it less human-centric and bringing in these races earlier would have made for a better film. And it seems like the humans have got a lot of resources on their side against the orcs who are desperately scrambling to survive. That is the main issue with the film. The orcs, they are trying to survive. They are fleeing their world to Middle-earth, sod it. And they are just trying to survive. Yeah, the main bad guy, he's a threat, but do you want to know what this film actually feels like? Do you want to know what this film actually feels like? It feels like a prologue. Do you remember the first Lord of the Rings film had this 11-minute section where we were introduced to the characters, to the world, to what was going on, to what was happening? That is what this film feels like. It is the 11-minute prologue from Lord of the Rings stretched to almost 2 hours. You needed to expand a little bit more on the other races, bring in the dwarves, bring in the elves. Why couldn't they be at the climactic battle? A big deal is made of the king saying to these allies, help us, and then we'll go, yeah, we'll help, and then they don't. I did like this film. I did enjoy this film. I couldn't name any of the characters because it seemed like they all got called back to set midway through a sock eating contest. I swear to God the main lady's name was Corona. That's the only name I heard. It just feels like the prologue. Like, okay, we've seen the prologue, now can I have the film, please? I mean, it's still if nothing else. If nothing else is on, yeah, go for it, knock yourselves out. But don't expect a satisfying experience. This is like the first, this much of the film. I'm Daniel, this is a Donkey. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe.